Living Life Juicy podcast. Conversations with interesting people you should know. Welcome back to Living Life Juicy. This is where we explore how we can be present and kind as we do great things. I'm your host and guide, John Losey. We've invited Scott Gurst back to take over the show and ask me 3 questions. So Scott, take it away.
Okay, John. Question 1. What is the best concert you've seen in person? And what is the artist that you have never seen in concert that you regret not having ever seen?
Well, I think the best one I ever saw was a surprise. In college and as a young adult, I never bought tickets beforehand. We would go down to the box and see if we couldn't get the best seats possible. When the artists come to town, out-of-town artists will turn in their personal seats if they don't give them away. So me and my old college roommate went down to Orange County at the County Fair Amphitheater. I think it's called the Pacific Amphitheater. And we go there, we go to the box office, say, hey, have you got any seats? Say, oh, we have lawn seats at the bowl. You can go there. I said, we went and had dinner, went back and said, you got any seats? How about orchestra pit? Like we were in the second row and folding seats for James Taylor.
Oh, nice.
And so before the concert, I'm sitting on the stage looking at his playlist that was by his monitor.
Did you write anything on it?
What?
Did you scribble anything on it where there's songs?
I wish I would have thought about that. Maybe put in my request. Hey, Jim. And afterwards I shook his hand. I said, tell me about your guitar and he told me about his guitar real quickly. And so that was probably the best concert experience I've had. I think that we just talked about this. Do you have it? It must be seated in my mind now. I think I would have loved to see Stevie Wonder like in concert. I think that's still a possibility, just like Bruce is still a possibility. But I think Stevie Wonder or Crosby, Stills, Nash, I think would be and that gives you an idea of my musical taste. So yeah, great question.
Okay.
What's next?
Are you optimistic or pessimistic about the future of Earth?
My usual response is I'm a realist. That's what pessimists say. But I'd say I'm optimistic. I think that there's a lot of crap that's going on and there's a lot of really bad stuff. But I take Mr. Rogers' mom's advice, which is I look for the helpers. And we tend to move towards what we look at. And if I continue to look at positive things, I will move towards positive things. And the more of us that are looking for the helpers, that are moving ourselves towards positive things, that gives me hope that great things can still happen on Earth.
Okay, question 3. If you could travel back in time and talk to yourself at 21 years old, what would you say? Oh
gosh, that's another good one. First thing that comes to mind is says, John, it's okay to talk to girls. That's one thing. I think it would be I'd have to say I was much more responsible when I was young. Like I was always like on task and getting stuff done, and I would probably tell myself lighten up a little bit. Like I worked at camps, so I knew how to have fun. I knew how to do all that kind of stuff, but I was always on a plan. And it's like, look around, John. There's a lot of stuff that you can do. Don't always look for doing the precisely accurately right thing. Close enough. The great is the enemy of good. And I think I limited myself often because I was looking for greatness. I was looking to do the most amazing thing, and I missed out on a bunch. So that's the first thing that comes to mind. But again, I reserve the right to change my mind on that one.
Okay.
So 3 wonderful questions, Scott. I really appreciate you coming back and taking a little bit more time with me. And with that, thanks again, Scott, for 3 questions. And I'll see everybody else next time we sit down and explore how we can do great things as we are kind and present.
Thanks, John.
Be present and kind as you do great things.